What's up, everybody? This is Abby here, and let me just start by saying that I am not this fancy. I'm actually at my friend's house, and I felt like since she had a nice setup, I'd make a couple videos while I was here. But today's video, as you saw in the title, is my process for how I renewed my teaching license from abroad. So I'm in the UAE, and my license was eventually going to expire, and I needed to continue education and get professional development in order to renew my teaching license from abroad, since I knew I wasn't going to return to the States in time for that to matter, and I don't want it to lapse. So key thing, lapsing your teaching license is like, well, in my district anyway, which was DC, is like a no-no. If you let that thing lapse, I think the penalty in my head was retaking the praxis, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. It was stressful enough the first time, so I will continue to take these courses and whatnot, so I don't have that problem with having to recertify myself from the beginning. So step one is going to be looking at your teaching license and figuring out when it actually expires. I would suggest that you start the process of renewal like 1 year out. Because you have to take courses, as I'll continue to explain, okay? So step one, look at your license, when does it expire? If you are a year out or less, it's time to get the ball rolling, if you're in or outside of the country, okay? The next thing I would do is make sure that you are clear on your district rules and regulations for professional development that you can acquire. So my district accepted PLUs, I don't know the acronym for that, but pretty much district approved professional development that was done by my district, or like national conferences and things of that nature. So between the things that your school puts on that you can count, and then also college credits and continuing education credits. Okay, so if you're pursuing a master's or a doctorate and things like that, make sure that the district is going to acknowledge that. Working at international school here, they were not keen on trying to accept what my school said that they were offering, and so I had to get it from another institution that was in the States. All right, so we've checked what year our teaching license expired. We are going to see what we need to continue, and then we're going to find an accredited institution. Okay, so I was able to mix my PLUs with some college credits in order to qualify to renew, okay? So what you'll need is, if you are going to get college credits or continuing education credits, be sure that your district is going to accept it. So I found a school called Seattle Pacific, where I could find physical education, continuing education credits, and I made sure I asked my district before I even paid the money to go ahead and take that particular course. Another reason why you want to go ahead and do that is and shop around for different courses is that I needed 4 credits. So with the professional development that I had from my district, I needed 4 additional credits to qualify to renew my license. The problem was I kept finding courses that were like 3 a piece, and these were not cheap courses. They were like $500 a piece. And I did not want to take 2 different courses for 4 credits, especially if I only needed the 1. So I was able to hunt down and find Seattle Pacific, which offered 5 credits for 1 course. So I paid the 1 time to get the 5 credits. So I was very pleased with that. Now, when you're finding these courses, be sure that it's something that you're interested in. Don't just get them to get them. Get them to help yourself to become a better educator. Don't just go with the motions and take something that you're just taking because you heard it was easy. Do something to challenge yourself, but then also something that you will be interested in so that you can implement it into your particular teaching practice to bring more joy to yourself and to your students. So take this time as you are progressing in your continuing education to continue to be an educator, to do something that you're interested in, to do something that you like, to do something to challenge yourself, to do something better. Just don't take any run-of-the-mill courses, okay? Now, it was my first time renewing my teacher's license in the time that I've been a teacher, and my license has to be renewed every 4 years. Now, because I was no longer an employee of that particular district, I had lost access to the portal because I didn't have like my email from there anymore. So go ahead and go through the process, understand what you need to do to access the portal or whatever the system that your district uses in order to renew it, because that can hold you up. It took a couple weeks for me to get to the right people and call, and especially with the pandemic, to get to an individual who could help me, who understood what the problem was in order for me to put in my paperwork and pay and all of that good stuff to start the renewal process. So when it comes to the institution that you use for your continuing education, you will need official transcripts. So I had to pay to send my transcripts officially to my district without it passing through my email. And, you know, it was a minimal cost, but be sure that you can give that documentation to your district so that they can have that particular evidence and you won't slow down your process. Quick tip, if you are abroad or you plan to go abroad, get hard copies of the PLUs or the district professional development that you've already done. Have that in your files. Have that ready for when your renewal process comes up. It did take me a while as well to hunt down the things that I've already done that was in their system that I did not have or print or save or make an electronic copy for myself. So if you are abroad, work on getting that information already. If you're looking to go abroad, have that information before you even leave. Now, things got really interesting for me when it was time for me to get my FBI check. Now, I was already abroad mid-pandemic, and getting this stuff done was kind of a little bit of a little interesting. Let's just say that, okay? So I'm in the UAE, and the process for that, I had to go on the FBI website, and then I needed to get like some official fingerprints done. So the process that I ended up doing was registering online. Then I had to print out the fingerprint form, and then I had to go to the police department. Here's where things got a little bit tricky for me because I had to go to different police departments to try to get them to fingerprint it because I needed their seal or their stamp to say it was official, that it was me and all that good stuff. So find out the process on where specifically they do that. If you're in a country that needs you to go to a police station or have a notary republic to make sure that it's you that's doing that things, find out that information. If you're in the UAE and you need some more direction, if you're in Dubai specifically, because there are lots of Emirates, you can comment below and I'll be happy to let you know exactly where I went to when I finally was able to get my fingerprints done. So I got my fingerprints done, I had to pay, I had to come back the next day to receive that information and then mail it off to the FBI in the United States. So that took about 2 to 3 weeks in total from me getting my fingerprint done here and then also mailing it and praying that it actually reached there. Now, once you do mail it off, once everything gets checked out and everything, they will send you an email with your clearance and all of that good stuff, which is also a part of the files that you need for your renewal process. That pretty much sums up everything that I had to do. The rest of it was just waiting on the district. After I got access to the portal and submitted all my documentation, it took about 8 to 10 weeks for everything to get processed and for me to receive my new certification for the next 4 years. So I'll probably be taking a class maybe once a year so that the next time I need to renew, it's a easier process than it was now. Now, really quick, for my FBI check people, if you are in the States and you were within my district specifically, I believe they accept FBI checks within 2 years. If you're in the States and you are a year, 6 months out of your renewal process, if you're visiting home, get your FBI check done at home. Way easier. Just get it done at home, have a copy of it on file, so when it's time, you already have it. You don't have to go through the mailing, the fingerprinting, all that other stuff abroad. You can do that right at home. If you're a year, 6 months or so, or check with your district to see what the time length is for them to accept a FBI check. Get it done while you're at home, especially if you're visiting. Just get that out of the way. Relieve a whole bunch of stress. Thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, if you need any specific information, if you are in the UAE or Dubai specifically, and you want to know a little bit more about my process, and you've gathered information about your specific district, once again, I was in the District of Columbia, then I'll be happy to share more information with you. So go ahead and comment below. Be sure to like and subscribe, y'all. I'm trying to give more information and all this other good stuff. But if you have any questions, let me know. And if it's helpful, I'll make another video. Thanks for watching. See ya.